Test, test, test. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Let me know how we sounded. Let me know how we sounded. What's going on, y'all? Ooh, we sounding crazy right now. Let me try to fix that. I don't know what the hell that was about. Test, test, test. Let's see if we sound better. All right, that's a little better. That's a little better. All right. So yesterday was actually a very good day for me trading wise. We're gonna talk about that and break that down. Go ahead and start to like that live, y'all. Almost act like it was on TikTok. Make sure to like the live, y'all. Subscribe. You're not subscribed already. Dropped a couple videos for y'all this week. Got some more lined up for this weekend and next week as well. I might have one dropping today too. You'll know if it drops. I'll always notify y'all. Okay, I don't know why my mic's sounding a little choppy right now. I'm gonna try to fix it if it gets too bad. What's going on, Brandon? Let's see you here. So if y'all was in the live yesterday, yeah, I don't know why my mic's doing that. Let me try to fix it. Hold on, y'all. All right, test, test, test. I'm not sure why we sound like that. Let me see, we sound a little better. Okay, we're sounding good now. Maybe again, while I'm live, the mic, like when I make videos behind the scenes, I can move differently. But like when I'm on, I don't know what it is. When I'm like live streaming, like I can't even touch the cord. I'll sound crazy. So I'm just gonna try to stay like this. But like I was saying, yesterday was a pretty good day trading wise. We caught this NAS100 setup before the news popped off, got wicked out, and then look what the news did. The news did a crazy move, and then right after the news ended, it literally stopped. Well, it technically stopped right here, but as you can see, it literally picked up where we left off. I obviously missed the rest of this move because I closed before the news started. There's a few reasons why I closed again. I dropped a video earlier this week going over how to trade news, but the main reason why I closed before the news was because, well, I got wicked out here, so it's not like I just closed, but I had my stop loss deep in profit. I had it like underneath here. I got wicked out off this candlestick. But the reason why I was extra cautious with the setup was obviously this could potentially happen. But two is because we was taking a setup going back to the all-time highs, and we could have possibly had NAS100 do what US30 was doing. But again, this is why we're trading NAS100 over US30, because US30 has been doing some moves, right? But if we look at market structure, NAS100 has been moving a little bit smoother, right? And we can see that when we go into the bigger time frame, right? But obviously, NAS100 and US30 did a similar move yesterday. US30 broke the consolidation we was talking about in yesterday's live stream, making a new all-time high, new higher high. So I could update those levels to see if setup, but caught this nice NAS100 buy with the members yesterday during London session. And then after the news, I went back in for the GU setup we took on Wednesday. As you can see, the volume came in with the 8:30 news. Failed to break it just like the 8:30 news the day before failed to break it. Had to patiently wait for the retest. But it didn't take too long because obviously this was the 9:45 10 a.m. candlestick. Then we had the retest here, and then it did the exact move we was looking for on Wednesday. So again, this is why it's important to review your trades. And when you go with the flow of price, you trust your analysis, but you also understand what the charts are doing. That's why I was confident to take the setup, because again, I knew the setup we went for yesterday was the right setup to go for because we had clear bullish momentum. But like we talked about in yesterday's live as well, we understood the market conditions and price even yesterday struggled to break that level. But again, this was a full red candlestick. But as you can see, it retested the level wicking up. So we're going to see if we can flip and turn 3580 as support. Was looking for a retest here. It technically did do a retest right here. But as you can see, the 3 a.m. candlestick, the lunge session open, pushing price to the upside. So we're going to be looking for continued buys if we can hold this low as support. As we can see, the last 2 times we hit this level, we failed to hold this level as support. So we're going to be looking to see if we can turn this level into support. And look for buys going to 36.10. That's what I'm looking at. I'm mainly going to be focusing on GU today, mainly because, again, well, I'm going to be looking at GJ also. Now GJ wants to respect and hold 199.68 as support. So we're going to be looking at GJ and GU. So GJ, again, we can maintain 199.70 as support. We look for buys going to 220. But for the uptrend to continue, just like with GU, we're going to need to hold 220 as support. If we go 220 as support, I'm going to look for a buy going to 255. So I'm mainly going to be looking for buys on GU and GJ today. NAS and gold, we're still bullish looking for buys. But again, I don't like trading when things are at all-time highs. And it's funny because remember I told you I dropped that video yesterday talking about how 2025, 2026 were the most difficult years to day trade. And then literally when I was scrolling on TikTok yesterday, I saw like within like 5 minutes, 5 different posts of people talking about like what's going on with price action this year. Like this year is just, these past couple months been tough. Again, y'all, this is why I still stick to Forex, because I can switch from indices to Forex and still be making the same amount but have more favorable market conditions. You get what I'm saying? But we're going to see what this next 15 looks like. Again, we're going to be looking to see if price can break the bone hold 35.80 as support. Make sure to like the live. Y'all subscribe. If you're not subscribed already. You guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When looking at charts, drop them in the chat. But you already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Those just joining the stream. We are not into this trade yet. This is a trade idea. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal free Telegram. Y'all see on your screens how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we're looking at any charts, drop them in the chat. Let me put. Like I said, as far as today is concerned, I'm mainly just going to be paying attention to forex pairs today. Obviously, in the New York price watch list, I'm still going to talk about gold and the indices. But as far as me, I'm going to be looking at just mainly GU and GJPYs. The gold stuff I was looking for yesterday ended up playing out last night. Didn't even do a retest, just blew through that level. So not going to mess with gold anymore. And then we can also see here this other retracement I was talking about. We can see price retrace to. You can see the news 830, which was this wick right here. Literally tapped it and did the move we was talking about within that 15-minute candlestick, then consolidated the rest of the day. Then last night it just took off. Probably did a retest on the smaller time frame. Let's see if it did on the yeah, it did on the 5-minute. So if I was looking last night, I probably could have took that setup, but I haven't really been trading Tokyo session lately. Recently, I've just been mainly trading London and New York. Caught two nice setups yesterday. If y'all was in the live yesterday, y'all saw we was in this NAS100 setup. You also saw some TPs get hit. Got a nice 1.5 RR on this. Got wicked out right before the news. Got wicked out on this green candlestick on the 815 candle, which fortunately played out in my favor because as you can see, the 830 news would have took me out just to then proceed to do the full move I was looking for. So my projection was correct, but unfortunately, I was not able to hold that position because even if I would have got taken out on this 15 candlestick, I would have got taken out on the 830 candlestick and been lucky if I was even to save at least half of my profits. Because as y'all know, those news candlesticks, if you ever held a trade during that, whether you're trying to take profit or hit SL, it can not be accurate, especially depending on how quick that candlestick's moving, right? But then after the news, New York session caught this GU setup. Was the same setup we went for on Wednesday, but we had no volume Wednesday. As you can see, we got caught in a reversal. But then after price broke back above and held the level at support, went for the buy setup. And if you go to my Instagram store right now, you can see me breaking down that setup. It shouldn't be expired yet because it was during New York session. So if you're watching this before at least 10 a.m., you should still see it on my Instagram story, as well as my TikTok story. Make sure also follow me on Instagram and TikTok. You'll see the screen at the bottom of your screen. Instagram playmaker_way, TikTok _playmaker_way_. Post daily on both pages. So yeah, we're able to pay attention to GU and GJ. GU did a nice retest right before London session. As you can see, the London session open candlestick that then exploded to the upside. So we're going to be looking for buys though. We're going to be looking to see if we can break above and hold 35.75, 35.80 as support. If we can hold 35.80 as support, we're going to be looking for buys going to 36.10. And then with GJ, same thing. Now we're maintaining consistently 199.70 as support, which is cool. I ended up doing the move yesterday that we was looking for on Tuesday. But obviously you can see we got caught in the reversal. Gap got filled. And after the gap got filled, it was chop city all day Wednesday, all night Wednesday. But then yesterday, the quick little move, still a little bit choppy. So we're going to be looking for buys if we can break above and hold 220 as support. We're going to be looking for buys going to 260. So those are going to be the two main steps I'm looking at. We did have GDP news last night at 2 a.m. right before London session pop off. And then later on today, 30 minutes after 9:30, we got 10 a.m. USD news. So make sure to keep that in mind as well. But yeah, we got a new 15 popping up. Let's see what price does. Oh yeah, so again, this NAS setup was nice 1.5 RR. GU, nice 102. You make sure that first link in the description, join the free signal for Telegram. Right, so you can even see in the screenshot right here, but of course I'm going to the advanced play signal so you can see it a little bit better. You can even see the screenshot right here. I'm on the West Coast, so this would be, instead of 4:43, this would be 7:43 EST, but I'm on the West Coast right now, right? So if I actually show you right now on my computer, it's going to show the New York Times. So let me go ahead and pull it up on my computer. But let me make sure we're sounding good still, because I know I sounded static earlier. I'm still sounding static. I don't know what's going on with the mic. Y'all, if I sound staticky, let me know, y'all. I'm never gonna get annoyed at y'all. Let me know. Even if you let me know 5 times in the same live. If I sound fucked up, let me know, y'all, because I'm not always listening to the stream when I'm talking. Let me see if I can fix this. Test, test, test. Let's see if this sounds better. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna have to keep my earphone in for the live, at least for whenever I talk, because I always sounding funky. Again, y'all, if I ever sound messed up, just let me know. I say it all the time, but of course, we get new people all the time. Shout out to the new subscribers. But for some reason, when I live stream, the mic does not work the same way as when I be making the YouTube videos. Because the same mic I use for the YouTube videos, the same mic I use for certain TikToks and the New York Price Watch, the Sunday chart analysis. For some reason, when I go live, sometimes it gets staticky if I even touch the cord. But hopefully, I wasn't too fucked up so y'all could hear the breakdown I was doing. But yeah, this is a strong push. I like this right here. And it is Friday, y'all. So again, click that first link in the description before even going to the advanced play signal. Click that first link in the description. Join the free signal free Telegram. What I want y'all to do is take a trip down memory lane, scroll to September 7th, and watch the Sunday chart analysis. Right? Even though it is Friday, I want y'all to watch the Sunday chart analysis. Like I always talk about, the Sunday chart analysis goes over not just what I see price doing Sunday night going into Monday, but it goes over what I see price doing throughout the entire week. So I want y'all to watch the Sunday chart analysis, and then I want y'all to hear my analysis, see what was talking about seeing price do, and I want y'all to look at what price has done so far this week. Because GU is it's going as projected, but it still needs to break this level right here. But we still had a nice higher low, higher high action. Gold one as projected, NAS1 as projected, US30 as projected. GJ is slowly moving right now. But yeah, so let's go back to advanced play students so I can show you all these setups right here. So again, it's been a little bit of a tougher couple weeks. But I'm still not going to be one of those people that says price action is necessarily bad, because again, we talked about, we understand what the market conditions are. If y'all don't understand what the market conditions are and what's going on, all you gotta do is watch this short. We gotta go on TikTok. You just go stay on my YouTube. Where's the link? Hold on. Hold on. Let me go to my page. Oh, that's why. Wait, no, it's already posted. Yeah, hold on. copy link. I'm trying to put it in the chat. There we go. Yeah, so click that link. It's going to send you to a short on my YouTube channel. Watch that video, then come back. But that's breaking down why, again, the past couple of months been a little bit more difficult than usual. But this is what's going to weed out those that can trade or not trade, right? Just got to be a lot more disciplined with your setups, and you got to protect your capital, right? That's why I always be stressing, right? I've been stressing this since I started the playbook, right? So now that we're at a point in time where it's super, super important and crucial, it's just like breathing for me because this is what we do, right? This is what we do. All right. Again, y'all, if you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. So let's take a trip down memory lane. All right. So this is how this week's been going. So Monday, we took, as you can see, the GU buy. All TPs got hit. US30 NAS also when that's projected. This was the Monday setup. I took the setup twice, but the overall trade was a nice 1 to 2, 1 to 3, depending on where you entered at, which was not bad at all. Then Tuesday, we took a GJ buy. We barely missed. Wait, no, was this Tuesday? We barely missed TP1. But our SL got hit, so we took an L on GJ. Just for the next day. But that's the wrong day. My bad, y'all. It's 3 in the morning. I was like, that is not the setup we took. Here we go. That was last week. This is the GJ setup we took. Barely missed TP1. Got caught. Fat ass reversal. Decided to fill the gap up the day we took the buy setup. Then Wednesday, as you can see, didn't do a damn thing. Was Chop City. Let me make sure we're still sounding good. And then yesterday, ended up playing out doing the move I was looking for. Didn't take that setup. Let me make sure we're still sounding good. All right, we're sounding good. Cool. So we took a W Monday, took an L on Tuesday on GJ, but still up for the week. Then where are we at? What? There we go. Scroll. Went live during the news. Took a GU buy. We hit TP1. Got just short of a 1-to-1 on GU. Then price reversed. Then yesterday, re-entered the same trade. Got a nice 1-to-2 on that. But prior to the news, London session, off the open, we caught this NAS100 setup. It was in the live stream yesterday. We broke this down as well. Right. Then you see here, let them know we had news coming up at 7:43. Again, we go to 7:45 candlestick, which would have been this one right here. This was right before the rejections and then right before the crazy news candlestick. Right. So let the members know beforehand. They dropped the New York price watch list. Then I showed them GU breaking and retesting. Right. So even if you would have missed that setup, look what GU did right after that candlestick. Retested again. Whoops. All right. So you see the doji. You see that green candlestick. This was the doji. This was that green candlestick. So literally the next 15 to retrace back twice where you could have caught that entry. And then price flew to the upside, hit that zone. All right. And again, this is why we trade zone to zone. Let them know we hit the zone. What happened after price hit the zone? Again, what time did I just say that? 11:25, 11:15, 11:30 candlestick. All right. So again, this is why we mark off these levels. This is why we go with the flow of price. Again, you see the 11:25 candlestick. Literally, I sent that screenshot. Price rejected. Right, so this is exactly why we enter and exit off these levels. Because again, when you go with the floor price, you understand how to read the charts, and then you have these levels marked off. You're literally prepared for anything and everything, and you know the exact best places to catch the next push, and also to avoid or prepare for the rejection. All right, look at that price. It's not a coincidence that it's pushing off on the same exact level that it pushed off on yesterday. Again, y'all, we do got news at 10 a.m. today, so make sure to keep that in mind. But we got a new 15 about to pop up in a little bit. GJ's pushing too. And again, y'all, look at this. Look at this. I was just looking at this on my phone. We had news at 2 a.m. And this is what y'all got to do. This is why I be telling y'all, like, what everything I tell y'all to do, I do. I'm always looking at the charts for an explanation. And it's never just bulls and bears magically doing shit, right? We had news at 2 a.m. Look at how price was consolidating. And then once 2 a.m. came, retested that level. Now it's pushing off, right? But yeah, so we're going to be waiting to see if we can hold this low ass support right here. It's probably not going to come over here until 6 a.m. or New York session. So it's going to be a little bit of a patience game, but that's all right. Patience pays. Like when I tell you, I literally had to patiently wait for this to play out. But the patience, it's just, it's just part of the game, bro. I'm telling you, trading is going to challenge you over and over and over again. But I love it. Yeah, and then as in gold, we kind of see consolidating as well. Again, gold took off at 9 o'clock last night. So we're just going to let gold do its thing. It's nasty work. Yeah, but if it doesn't move, I'm looking for here. It's going to be another nice 1 to 2 RR setup here. It'll be a nice 1 to 4. If it doesn't move, I'm looking for a nice 1 to almost 1 to 2. We'll probably bring it past this level here. Let me see. I don't see shit. Again, it hasn't hit this level in a minute. Probably have to go on a bigger time frame. August 25th. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When looking at any charts, drop them in the chat. Got a new 5 minute that just popped up. You need a broker? I got you. So really quick, I just gotta make sure I'm sounding good before we start talking. If you're brand new to trading, the last thing you need to worry about is a broker. But if you're still going to want to open up a broker, make a demo account. Do not worry about a live account. Now, I'm not saying I don't know you or if your experience or whatever like that. I'm just speaking in general. There's other people watching, so they're going to look up these brokers as well, right? Because again, with any new skill you're learning, you are bound to make mistakes. But when it comes to trading, those mistakes will cost you. This is one of the main reasons why people end up crashing out or giving up on trading because they see a few videos online, think it's a get rich quick scheme, or they're just going to make money. When the opposite happens, they can't handle it, or they're risking what they can't afford, right? So for Forex, I use Tasty FX. Now, more times than not, when you look up these brokers, they're going to try to entice you to open up a live account. So when you look up these brokers, all you got to do is go into Google and be like, open up a Tasty FX demo account, open up a trade of it. That's what I use for futures. All right. So I trade Forex and I trade. I only really, to be honest, for futures, I was only really trading gold on TradeAvate because on my futures, I trade mainly on my prop firm accounts because I trade my main account's my Forex account, personal, and then I'll take gold trades on my futures account, but like indices like NAS100 US30 as well as gold, I'll trade on my prop firm accounts because I also am funded. So I'll be trading both futures and indices and forex on my prop firms. But my main personal account is Tasty FX. Uh, but I do like gold, so I do trade gold because again, they used to have gold on Tasty FX and on most American brokers. I, I'm not even going to get into. I ain't going to get into it. But coincidentally, quote unquote, coincidentally, right before gold broke all-time highs earlier this year, it was literally like it was either I can't remember the month. It was either here or here, right? But I know it was before all this took place. Like before gold did this big ass push, you couldn't trade gold anymore unless you was on the future side. But I used to trade gold on that account as well before they took it off. So that's why I opened up trade of it so I can trade gold. But yeah, so those are the brokers I use. Again, if you're brand new, I would recommend paying attention to the basics first, right? Because before you even take trades, you got to know why you're taking the setups. You got to have a strategy. You got to know how the charts work. You got to have a trading plan. You got to understand risk reward. You got to understand pips, points. You got to understand lot size calculations, contracts. It's a lot of stuff you got to understand and get down before you essentially start taking trades and making bread. But that's also why in advanced play signal room I do so much extra trade because most signal rooms all they do is if they even send signals, they'll just get projections or they'll just send a signal and go about the day. But I literally send out videos every day so y'all understand the setups we're in, understand the setups I'm talking about, we're looking for. I update y'all when charts are going as projected or hit key price levels to make it as simple and easy as possible to make bread in these markets, right? But yeah, y'all. So it looks like price is going to be kind of just chilling, doing this thing up until probably 6 a.m. or going into 8:30. We do have news at 10 a.m. So 30 minutes after 9:30, we do got some news. So I'm going to be looking to see what price does. Probably 9:30, 10 a.m. Because sometimes 10 a.m. news does something, but most times, I'm going to not say that because it's going to be fun if it does do it today. You still want to treat news events as news events, high impact news events, but I've been noticing a lot of times that 10 a.m. news don't really do something that often. But I'm still going to be cautious that it is 10 news just in case it does do something because again, we are going to need some volume, especially because the GP news didn't really do anything too crazy for price. So when I look at the news again, make sure you watch the video I dropped earlier this week on how to trade news. But I always look at it to see if we did. Obviously, you got to think about the worst and best case scenario. But if I'm thinking of if it's going to do what I need it to do, and the conditions that need to be met for that to happen, right? So I'm anticipating some volume this 10 a.m. news event because in order for GU to break out of this, we're going to need some volume, right? In order for GJ to break through this, we're going to need some volume, right? So that's why I'm kind of anticipating this news event to have some volume. But if not, we might just naturally get some volume and catch a setup because I don't really see today being well, maybe on the indices, but I don't really see today being a retracement day because we already had big retracements and reversals take place. Because Fridays usually, it depends. Fridays honestly depend on how the week played out, right? So like if we had big moves take place, more than likely Friday is going to be a retracement day, right? But if we don't have big moves that really played out during the week, then more times than not, Friday is going to be a big move that takes place. So I'm kind of anticipating a decent move happening going into New York. But of course, just because I'm anticipating that doesn't mean I'm just going to do dumb shit. I'm still going to be waiting for my confirmations and all that good stuff, which is also why I'm not taking any setups unless we can break and hold this next point, which will require some volume. So yeah, it's just going to be a little bit of a patience game, but with trading, patience pays. So I'm not really tripping too much about that. We're going to be on for a little bit longer, y'all. New 5 minutes about to pop up. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop them in the chat. But you already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting right now. Can I ask my big bro what your broker? Yeah. So I just put it up. You probably typed that as I was saying it. But yeah, I put them up. I'll put them up again, but if you rewind, you'll see it. But yeah, I'm funded. My main personal account is my Forex account, which is TastyFX. And then for futures, I use Trader. For that's how you spell it. Right. So those are the two I use. And I also am funded. Uh, yeah. I know people that use Ninja Trader, Trade Locker, but I only really talk about things I use. I can't really recommend shit that I don't use or know other people use. But yeah, those are regulated, they're safe. I really like TastyFX, especially. I always recommend my students to use TastyFX because it will literally not let you do what majority of people end up doing when they first start trading, which is blowing their account over leveraging. Like TastyFX literally won't let you. I don't know the statistics and the exact percentage. I haven't looked into it. I'm not gonna act like I did, but all I know is they literally won't let you over leverage. Like if you try to put a lot size that is too big for your account, or if your stop loss was to get hit, or if you was to go into too much drawdown, it will take out a big chunk of your account. They literally won't let you put that lot size. Where like with unregulated brokers, especially like back in the day, or if you're overseas, especially like the 1 to 500 leverage brokers, they don't give a fuck. You can literally risk 98% of your account. They won't let you blow your account, but they'll let you risk like 98% of your account in one trade if that's what you want to do. But with TastyFX, you literally would have to. Only way you could blow your account is by essentially continuously losing setups, not from over leveraging and stuff like that. So that's another reason why I like TastyFX as well. It's very beginner friendly. Those just joined the stream. We have not entered this trade yet. This is the trade idea. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal, free Telegram. Y'all see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. If you guys got any questions, drop in the chat. When looking at your charts, drop in the chat. Again, I want y'all to first thing first watch the Sunday chart analysis from this week, so y'all can see what our analysis and our game plan was at the beginning of the week before markets opened, before all these news events, and then you can also see how price played out. But if y'all was in yesterday's live stream, y'all know that we took this NAS100 setup prior to the news, closed before the news played out, but after the news played out, it literally did the entire move we was looking for. Is what it is though. Still kind of nice 1.5 risk to reward ratio setup on that. And then after the news New York session, I re-entered the GU setup we took yesterday, or not yesterday, Wednesday. Kind of nice 1 to 2 RR on that. So nice 2 for 2 yesterday. But as far as the signals, this week we are 3-1 this week, which is not bad. As far as how we did last month, we went 23-2, getting some 92% win rate, catching a total of 81,274 pips. You click right here, it's going to take you to the beginning of the month. We just recap the week at the end of every week, recap the month at the end of every month, recap the quarter at the end of every quarter. We go live every single day. Everything's data time to document. Can't make none of this stuff up. July, we went 17-2. As far as how we did quarter 2, we went 52-6, gets a 90% win rate. We go to where it says subscribers. We scroll down to where it says photos. There's over 1,800 photos over 3 years worth of receipts. You can see screenshots of positions, screenshots of signals, as well as student results and testimonials. Make sure you put that first in the description and check all this stuff out. But we literally have been doing this since 2022. So again, as far as me personally, I'm mainly just going to be paying attention to GU and GJ for buy setups, mainly because again, like we talked about, gold did the move I was looking for last night. So unless it retraces, then we go look for setups, right? So if gold can retrace and retest and maintain 36.36 as support, we look for buys come back up to the highs at 36.8, or you can look for another buy setup pops that's 36.14, going back up to the buys and the highs, or even see price retrace below 35.90 and look for buys come back into the upside. But we're bullish, so we're looking for buys nonetheless. Well, I don't really want to trade it when it's at all-time highs. Same thing with NAS100. It broke all-time highs again. US30 broke all-time highs again. So there could be possible setups that we see retracements take place, which I'm going to talk about in the New York Price watch with the members and students. But as far as high probability setups, I'm going to be mainly looking at GU and GJ for buys. If GU can break above and hold 35.80 as support, we're going to be looking for buys going to 36.05. And then if GJ can break above and hold 220 as support, we're going to be looking for buys going to 260. That's my game plan for today. And again, we do have news at 10 a.m., so do keep that in mind. So I'm most likely just going to be waiting for. I might take a setup if I see some 8:30, but more than not, or more than likely, I should say, I'm waiting for the 9:30. See how 9:30 plays out. If I don't see a setup at the 9:30 candlestick, then I'm probably wait for the 10 a.m. candlestick, because 9:30 and 10 a.m. is when the volume kicks in during New York session, as well as obviously 8 a.m. when New York Open actually starts. Then you might see some volume come in at 12, 1 p.m. as well. But the main volume definitely kicking in at 9:30, 10 a.m. as we can see right here. Ooh, what the heck? I don't know what just happened to my mic. I know what happened. I touched it. That's what I'm doing. My core is right by my mouse. So like when I be going too far to the left, okay, that's what I was doing. I was wondering why I kept tripping, but you can see it 10 a.m. You can see 11 a.m. Boom, 12. You can really see the volume coming at 12 p.m. All right. Then obviously 8 a.m., 8:30. Gonna be on for a little bit longer. Y'all, new 5 minutes just popped up. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. When you look at any charts, drop in the chat. Dropped a few videos for y'all this week. Make sure to catch up to the videos. All playlists are up to date. All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and hop off. Shout out to everybody in the line. Shout out to everybody's been live since the beginning. Shout out to everybody's been live since y'all joined. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free student free Telegram. Like always, you want to contact me directly. You can DM me on Instagram, Telegram, or TikTok. Got some new posts lined up for y'all. Instagram, Telegram, not Telegram, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube as well. Make sure to be on the lookout for those. Make sure to check out the playlist. All playlists are up to date. And y'all, enjoy y'all's weekend. We're gonna see what New York session got for us. So, we're gonna see what New York session got for us.